I should just record before I invite you on to these now.
Fair enough. Get it while we're fresh and hot.
Well, once we're fully on StreamYard, we can do that sort of thing, no problem.
That's true. That's true.
So, spoiler alert, Patreon supporters. It's coming next time.
You get first crack at it, fellas.
Yeah. Yeah, I was messing around with like overlays, name buttons, things like that. I'm like, oh, I was just kind of poking around just because I'm like, I can't
how,
squeeze in an episode of Flash. I'd have to cut it like halfway short and do this and then go back and try and remember where I left off.
that's what I've got the notebook for.
Oh, that reminds me, I need my notes for this fucking movie.
Oh, dig it. I got 2 new notepads. The wife was super duper awesome this week.
All right.
Hell yeah. 2 new notepads. One's got the StreamYard notes on it. I don't want to drop those lavalier mics. Those are really nice.
Running anything interesting on StreamYard or?
Um, I'll send you the video link that I was watching. It was from them. A tutorial that they set up. It was just basically the overview of how the functionality tools work.
Okay.
A lot of it was fairly intuitive, like what you were doing. Just put your hands on it and you start to figure it out.
I thought it'd be more involved than I was noticing. I'm like, man, I should have just tinkered with this last night.
That's well, I didn't tinker with it. I've played with it with Chris and the Mads and MJ, and then just watched that one overview, and I was kind of like, wow, this is like what WebEx should have been like. WebEx fucked themselves so hard. They sold to Cisco, and Cisco fucking just wanted it so they couldn't be competition, and then they were gonna like shutter it under the desk for some other multimedia platform that they were starting to do, and that kind of fell short and it wasn't working right and they didn't know what they wanted to do with it, so they kept WebEx around anyway.
Okay.
And like producers and programmers never talked, so there was no communication of what works versus what doesn't work.
Welcome to the corporate world.
Yeah, there was God complex versus people that fucking think they know everything because they have their hands on it all goddamn day. Bleh.
Yeah,
But this looks like everything that's supposed to be easy about WebEx and actually looks easy, like pre-uploading your video, pre-uploading your slides, and just clicking it when you're ready. Like all of that was supposed to be the case with WebEx like 10 years ago, or sorry, not 10 years ago, 20 years ago. And it just never came to fruition. Like it's never become easier. And then they kept charging people after fucking COVID started. And Zoom's like, we're not charging you yet. Yep. And there went Cisco.
And Cisco went poof.
And here we all are on Zoom today.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. And we're not Mazda sponsored.
There's also these creatures, like these CG butt plugs called Tsum Tsums on the Disney Channel, where they're like little doggish sausage looking butt plugs of like Mickey, all the Donald, Peter Pan. There's like a little butt gerbil for everybody. It's kind of gross.
You lost me a butt plug.
I swear to God, look up the Tsum Tsums, and like they don't talk. It's all me, 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 me sounds. And my kids love that shit. It's like, please, there are people that write in this world that need jobs. Stop watching dribble like this. Like nobody fucking writes this.
All they got to do is watch an episode of She-Hulk for that crap.
It was Kevin.
Kevin.
Right? Exclamation.
Well, that's unfortunately what was writing all their scripts for them, and they're all failing at everything. So, boom.
Well, I think they're going to spend a good amount of time regrouping in the next year, trying to figure out what the fuck.
It's going to take 2 years.
Yeah, because they've pushed everything back with no real date. like the King Dynasty got pushed back to 2025 at least.
Well,
Um,
and they don't even have a finished script for that. They might even just totally scrap it and do a different Avengers storyline at that point. Because I don't know, Jonathan Majors' trial is coming up in August, and that could be a problem.
well, I mean, he may also have tampering with the witness on his ass, and that's
Yeah,
a whole other felony.
he's got a problem.
I'm
Guilty
very
or not
surprised.
guilty, he's got a problem. He did stuff he shouldn't have done.
Yeah, yeah. And Disney has a very strict code of conduct. And if Robert Downey Jr. can get his shit together and help create that code of conduct, other people should be able to follow suit. Like,
Unless it's a
see
tweet
where
from 15 years ago, then you're fucked.
that you've apologized for several times.
Right.
Uh, I feel bad for James Gunn.
I
They
think we
stepped on him in a
all
bad
do.
way.
Yeah, like, and even like now with him relaunching the DC, I think everybody agrees, like, man, he's got a tall order to fill, especially with the first one being the Superman movie. Like, bro, if that doesn't make money, this is gonna be a fucking problem for you. It's gotta be killer. It's gotta nail it. And nobody's nailed Superman since like 1978.
Oh, I don't
Like the
know.
original, I mean, it doesn't date well now, but back then, and for years, the first two Superman movies were basically fucking Shangri-La.
Yeah, they really were, and I consider them the same movie. They were like
They
Lord of the
are,
Rings. They were all filmed at the same time, and Back to the Future the same.
until you get to
Uh,
part three, and
that's different.
then we don't talk about that. Nuclear powered man. Part four.
Well, that was part four. Yes, where he's got the long nails, the coke nails.
And you know he's bad Superman when he's drunk and barely growing a stubble.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Dude,
And
that was
his
fucking
cape was no
horrible.
longer red; it was like burgundy,
I know. Because he's
which would
dirty.
eventually
He's
be.
bad Superman now.
And he's drinking Johnny Walker. Maybe
And
he just
anybody in
got
their right
tired
mind.
of everyone's shit.
Yep.
Like, you fucking handle it.
And I ain't paying for this. Put it on my tab.
I will say this about that. The uh the bad guy's sister in part three, the one that turns into the cyborg, which I always just like interpreted somehow as becoming Brainiac.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah, like she's that transformation scared the shit out of me as a kid.
I mean,
Because I
there's
think I was
cool
like
things in
five or
that fucking
six.
movie, but not one of them was Richard Pryor. Man, if we did that series for a month, oh baby.
We'd start out really great and be fucking alcoholics by the fourth week.
Before we even started the third one.
No shit. But you take away Superman Returns. Was that the name of the Bryan Singer one? Superman
Yeah.
Returns? Yeah. Take away Bryan Singer, take away the fucking retelling of the original story, and you had a great Superman. Brandon Routh was
He was
fantastic.
fine. He was not the problem.
No, not at all. And I was super duper happy when they brought him into the Arrowverse. Like,
Yeah.
he's okay as Ray. He's great as Ray, but they turned Ray into like Iron Man on the show, which wasn't the
Oh, yeah.
greatest. But they had him play the older Kingdom Come Superman when they
Yep.
did Crisis.
Yeah.
And it was so good to see him again. And he just embodies that character. Like, I always thought he was like a clone of fucking Christopher Reeve in a way, just because of the way he looked and just how he carried himself. And he just does not randomly, normally. That's just the way he acts, I think.
Oh, yeah. I never really ever had a problem with him. The problem with Superman Returns was Bryan Singer.
Kind of, yes.
That wasn't
Like,
the studio on that one. That was all Bryan Singer because they gave him the keys to the kingdom, and that's what we got.
that's
Bro.
kind of what I thought. Like,
Well,
A
after all the
Lois
X-Men
Lane.
movies, they basically were like, hey, have at it.
Did they not see the third one?
He didn't do the third one.
Oh yeah, that's right. They gave that to the other child molester. Hi, Brett Ratner. How are you?
I like the Rush Hour movies, but that's as far as I go with him.
Um, I like Rush Hour and I like Hannibal. Not Hannibal. Red
Oh,
Dragon.
yeah, I was gonna say one of those Lecter movies. Yeah, that's right.
But even on Red Dragon, if you watch the special features, he invites Michael Jackson on set, a closed set, another child molester on set. And then you get to Rush Hour 3, in which he's got Roman Polanski, another child
Oh, I didn't know
molester
about
on
that.
set.
Huh?
Yes. It's like, we've all got a club. Come here, kids.
I mean, I can separate the artist from the art enough, but like, I still draw lines on things. Like Chris Benoit with wrestling, I just telling Amy this the other day is like, I can watch his matches, but it's lingering in the back of my head what he fucking did.
Yeah.
And it's like I just
And
I don't actively seek that out, but like I can watch a Kevin Spacey movie even, but it's like I can only watch like one or two of them. I can watch The Shadow and The Hunt for Red October with Alec Baldwin. I can't do anything else though. These were movies I loved before all this shit came out. So it's like I'm not just gonna like take that out of my memory vault, but some things
no,
are
that's
just, man, you murdered your wife and your kid. You well, and then you
with the
killed
weight
yourself.
set
You
in
fuck.
in the same fashion, the very same fashion that Toxie kills a dude in fucking the workout center or was it the spa in the
Mhm.
first Toxic Avenger. Same fucking way.
Yep,
Horrible.
yep.
But I like to believe Jericho when he said that wasn't my friend. That
Oh, I
wasn't the
believe
person
that.
I
Yeah.
knew. Like I truly do believe that he had problems that were probably like put over the top by fucking steroids or whatever the fuck else, like
Yeah.
concussions and stimulants and downers, gets you all fucked up. And
Oh,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but like I don't see Polanski or maybe Michael Jackson, but I don't see people like Polanski as like sympathetic characters. Like
oh,
Michael
I have
Jackson
no
definitely got
sympathy for
abused.
him, but I could still watch Rosemary's Baby, you know.
I can't. I can't.
Hmm.
Um, I never have because everyone told me it was fucking boring. It's like, but I like Mia Farrow. She's
Well, that's
um
the thing is like there's everybody else with those. The ones that I cannot stand are like the ones where the shit happened on set, like Victor Salva. This is why I cannot do Jeepers Creepers.
yeah. What happened
Because
on
he
set with him?
with him it was the movie Clown House, where he molested the actors he was directing.
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew he was a
Yeah.
child molester, but I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Ew.
So that's the ultimate like, oh my god, you used your authority literally over these. That's an extra level of sick fuck in my book. I mean, I saw
Kinda.
Jeepers Creepers before I knew that. After I saw the movie, and then I saw like this was like early days of the internet. So and then I started hearing these things. I'm like, wait, what? Because I thought the movie was all right, but after
The
that, I'm like,
dude
nope,
directed the movie.
can't do any of that because I don't know what his whole history was even before all that. You know,
I don't know, but when you see a sweaty fat man in a muumuu with no sleeves,
run.
chances are he's a fucking child molester. Like,
Just know one word: run.
run, fire, fire.
Or if you have a gun,
um,
pull the trigger.
no, I mean, like he did. If you watch the special features, I don't recommend actually doing it, but if you watch the special features, he directs the fucking film in a muumuu, a sleeveless fucking muumuu.
Patreon
He's a
supporters.
fucking child molester.
Well, in other
Yeah.
news, we're covering Jaws tonight. No, this is not our start.
Speaking of kids, you should hear this one coming up. This one goes out to Alex.
And it's from WZOE, the Zoe.
The Zoe. Oh, God,
Or
I
she
hope
will
she
screech
fucking
her ears out.
passes the fuck out tonight, I hope. Like,
Just give her
I
enough
think my
sugar.
I don't know. We took her to the doctor to have like the doctor like get us like somewhere with
Right.
therapy for her to like get some sort of diagnosis. And she's like, "Oh
Get
no, she's
started,
fine."
yeah. Huh.
I'm like, "She's not fine. I don't believe in demonic possession anymore, so I'm pretty sure it's something else is going on."
Yeah, and the 666 on the back of her head, it's not going away, yo.
I thought it was hereditary because I got this anyway. That's where the buck stops, I'm telling you.
Chink. Kevin with the
EX
dunk.
be praised. That one's for HBK and Hunter.
And if you're not down with that, we got new words for you.
Self-promotion. Oh.
To put that on our YouTube trailer for us. I got 2 words for you. Self-promotion.
Oh, God. You gotta be anymore. You gotta be your own fucking advocate.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so I don't know how we come back full circle from that. The news in Hollywood these days.
Well, your screen's a little off center though.
Oh, I just kicked the thing, didn't I?
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Okay.
Reach up under the P and start pinching that little nip that's showing.
This nippy nip up here. Meep meep. I cut out the nipple for you tonight. I'm sorry.
I know.
I didn't want to, but I did.
That was for you, Skeeter.
I mean, I'm still gonna pick on Susan Backlund, but but I kept out her nude scene for the most part.
What the kind of nude scene? Oh,
I don't. I got.
Well, whoever that chick was at the beginning of the movie, really running along the beach, that was more boob than we got during the rest of the movie.
I got the 30th anniversary edition on DVD, and it's pretty clear, nice and clear for a Universal picture. I'm kind of surprised they kept that in there.
Dun, 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 dun.
But again, that wasn't the worst thing you were going to see in the next 15 seconds. So. Oh, fantastic. And this movie has so much violence in it where it's just like, it's fun. You want to applaud it when it happens.
Oh, when it eventually gets rolling, yeah.
Now, they don't start killing people that you're really enjoying to die until like what, part 3? Part 3 is where they start getting really ridiculous and they added more of a body count. And you're like, oh, thank God that fucker went.
Is that when they started making it like it's all hereditary and sharks just have a thing for the family?
That was part 4. 3 and 4.
I get fuzzy because I only ever watched the first one.
They're all good. 4 is not a fantastic movie, and it has the worst special effects that you could possibly find at the time. But it's got Michael Caine in it, and it's got Ellen Brody in it. So it's like it is the original family. They kill off the youngest kid. Chief Brody's secretary, Polly, in this movie, she sends him out on a fucking dispatch call that gets him eaten by Jaws. And then Jaws goes from Amity, swims all the way down to the Bahamas, and starts chasing after Michael and his family. That's where it gets a little unbelievable and stretched thin.
Why, Mr. Smith? Sometimes somebody just wants to watch the world get eaten by a shark. It's just the way it goes.
There'll always be apex predators. And as Qui-Gon said, there's always a bigger fish.
And sometimes they just want to watch the world burn, Mr. Wayne.
and go glug glug water. Um, I don't know. I do. I'm the type that roots for the body count in these films.
Well, I
Is
I did like a lot of the characters until the very end, and it's like, I mean, and not until the very end where I didn't like anybody, but any of the characters I was like really not digging. None of them died anyway, like the mayor.
no, like nobody that should have died. It's all like innocent people. Which I mean, great that those are the people that make the audience feel. That's what you elicit or get the emotion out of. But then you get real satisfaction out of people like the mayor getting it.
But he never went in
Fucking
the water, so there's that too.
no, and I don't think he does in the second one either. It's a different mayor, but he doesn't die
Damn
either. I don't
elections.
think. Damn elections. He would he had that Kendry boy not gotten eaten that day, it would have been fine. Fine. It was in the bag. It was in the bag, and then like the cat written in on the ballot was the only other person to fucking run up against. So the cat won. That happened. That happened in a town 10 years ago or so in the Midwest. They elected a dog as mayor.
I don't know, but we've certainly elected some professional wrestlers, so anything's possible.
Did Kane get elected as mayor in his county?
Yeah.
Cool.
Otherwise known as Glenn Jacobs, for those wondering what the hell we're talking about.
Kane. The devil's favorite demon.
I don't remember the name of the actual like town, but it's what, Tennessee, I believe.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't know. There are some people that go into politics where you're like, yay, good for them. They're going to make things better. And there's other people that go into politics because they have investments in certain things, like the new subdivision coming up in town.
Yeah, welcome to
Not,
politics.
yeah, not saying that's what Kane was doing. I don't think that's the case,
Yeah,
but
we're not getting political on here. We're just talking overall brush strokes here.
yeah, I don't even know how Kane fucking ran, Democrat, Republican, or whatever the fuck else, or if that's even a thing when it comes to local voting for mayors.
I think he's Republican.